Okay, I want you to really picture this for a second. It's just after midnight. Your house is perfectly quiet. The whole neighborhood is completely deep asleep. And the absolute only sound you hear is the sudden, frantic barking of your dogs out in the yard. Naturally, you go and check your security monitor to see what's out there, right? You're probably expecting, I don't know, a raccoon, maybe a stray cat, or worst case scenario, a trespasser. But instead, stepping out of the pitch black shadows, you see something else entirely, something completely unrecognizable. Welcome to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today we are going to completely dissect one of the most unsettling yet strangely captivating digital myths of the modern era, the Fresno Nightcrawler. We are going to look really closely at the grainy footage that literally sent a chill down the spine of the entire internet, and we'll try to figure out exactly what might be lurking out there in the dark. Here's our agenda for today's Explainer. First, shadows in the dark. Second, the 2007 Fresno sighting. Third, alien, cryptid, or hoax. Fourth, dissecting the legend. And finally, number 5, a viral cultural mascot. So I really want you to let this question sit with you for a moment. What glides across your lawn while you sleep? It taps into this incredibly primal, deep-seated fear that we all have, doesn't it? The fear of the unknown. And specifically, the unknown that somehow encroaches on our own safe spaces. I mean, we lock our doors, we install these high-tech cameras, and we think we have total control of our environment. But when you review that overnight tape and you see this eerie, unidentifiable form just sort of sliding across your own front yard, well, that fragile illusion of safety just shatters instantly. And that exact terror, that is exactly what birthed the legend we're diving into today. Section 1, Shadows in the Dark. The actual physical form of this creature is just profoundly unsettling. Sketches that have been based on the sightings show this pale, completely armless humanoid. It's got this incredibly bizarre, almost unnatural physical structure to it. Basically, it has a miniature torso, this rounded, super alien-like head, and long, spindly legs that make up practically its entire body mass. And the reports vary wildly. Some say they stand anywhere from 1.5 feet tall all the way up to 7 feet tall. Witnesses have actually described them as looking almost like a sentient pair of white pajama pants, just walking around on their own. And some of the later, slightly more sinister lore even suggests they have these tiny, unseen hands, and people associate them with dead animals found on properties. It is just a deeply weird, leggy, and straight-up terrifying visual to encounter in the dead of night.
You know, the Nightcrawler is really the ultimate symbol of the crossover between technology, mystery, and modern folklore. Think about it. Unlike ancient beasts that live in old stories passed down around campfires, this is a monster that was born strictly in the era of CCTV and digital surveillance. And let's be honest, low-quality security camera footage is inherently creepy all on its own. It's grainy, it's black and white, and it completely plays tricks on our tired eyes. This cryptid perfectly captures our modern anxieties about always being watched and our internet-fueled obsession with just analyzing digital artifacts frame by grueling frame. It really is a nightmare that was perfectly tailored for the digital age.
Section 2, the 2007 Fresno sighting. Let's walk through the timeline to see exactly how this panic escalated. So it's November 5th, 2007, just after midnight. A local man in South Fresno, who we only know as Jose, is completely startled awake by his dogs barking frantically. Now, he had actually set up a security camera specifically because dogs had been tearing up his yard lately. He checks the live feed, and instead of a stray animal, he sees 2 of these strange, leggy creatures just gliding across the screen from the top left to the bottom right. One is trailing right behind the other. Completely panicked, he wakes his brother up. Shortly after that, his brother goes outside and claims to find these small, unidentifiable footprints right there in the yard. But of course, here's the classic paranormal twist. By the morning, when investigators finally arrive, it had rained. All the physical evidence was completely washed away, gone. The original footage itself was actually eventually lost, leaving only a really grainy recording of the monitor itself. And, you know, the mystery only deepened when a few years later in 2011, very similar figures were recorded on CCTV up in Yosemite Lakes Park. But what's funny is, despite those eerie, nightmare-inducing origins, the internet's reaction over the years has been wonderfully mixed. Cryptozoology enthusiasts have jokingly described the creature as, and I quote, super simple, uncomplicated, just a pair of pants out for a walk. And that perfectly contrasts the genuinely terrifying midnight CCTV footage with the strange, almost comical movement of the creature itself. I mean, it doesn't lunge at you, it doesn't attack the camera, it just takes this bizarre, kneeless stroll across the grass. Section 3, Alien, Cryptid, or Hoax. So what exactly could this thing be? Well, investigators and internet sleuths have put forward several really fascinating hypotheses. First up, the extraterrestrial theory. Some people actually call it the Fresno alien, pointing out that both Fresno and Yosemite have been historic hotspots for UFO sightings for a long time, leading to the speculation that these things were somehow dropped off. Second, we have the cryptid theory, the idea that this is a reclusive, totally undiscovered species, maybe a new primate that has simply evaded modern science until it was accidentally caught on camera. Third, there's the much more mundane explanation, just misidentified local wildlife. Fourth, the theory that it's a physical hoax, using puppets on wires, maybe people walking around on short stilts, or even a balloon attached to a piece of cloth. And finally, the most modern explanation of them all, pure digital video manipulation, otherwise known as CGI. Now, as we analyze all these theories, it is absolutely crucial that we address the spread of misinformation here. As this video went viral online, these stories began widely circulating that the Nightcrawler was actually a benevolent, remarkably tall being from ancient Native American folklore in the region, appearing from the woods to offer wisdom to people. Well, we need to be absolutely clear about this. Those rumors have been entirely debunked by the indigenous communities themselves. It's actually a prime example of how the internet often tries to legitimize a modern mystery by falsely attaching it to ancient indigenous myths. The Nightcrawler's origins strictly and entirely begin with Jose's 2007 videotape, period.
Section 4. Dissecting the legend.
All right, it is time to really gut this legend with a highly objective forensic breakdown. Let's look at the claims versus the skeptics' explanations. Believers fiercely claim that the creature moves in this physics-defying, totally non-human way. But skeptics explain that this exact movement can actually be easily replicated. How? By literally puppeteering a pair of pants strung on a wire, or perhaps having a person on short stilts walking really awkwardly across the lawn. Now, what about the strange alien shape? Well, wildlife experts suggest it could very simply be a misidentified deer caught in a bizarre posture. Think about a deer perhaps eating or walking briefly on its hind legs, with its form heavily distorted by the incredibly low camera resolution. Finally, what about the claim that the digital artifact is 100% authentic? Well, the famous internet debunker Captain Disillusion did a highly detailed breakdown way back in 2012. He meticulously demonstrated exactly how video editing and CGI manipulation can easily make a pair of white pants look like they are walking completely on their own in a grainy environment. So, impartially speaking, the skeptical, grounded explanations carry a ton of weight here.
Yet, despite those highly logical explanations, the mystery just refuses to die completely. Check this out. Sci-Fi's television program Fact or Faked Paranormal Files actually traveled all the way to Fresno to rigorously investigate the footage themselves. They really tried their absolute best to recreate the video using physical wires and puppets right there on location. And surprisingly, despite their strenuous debunking attempts, their official investigation concluded that accurately faking this specific cryptid's bizarre movement was remarkably difficult in a practical setting. They ultimately had to rule the footage entirely inconclusive. They just couldn't definitively prove it was a hoax. And as we know, in the world of cryptids and online mysteries, an inconclusive ruling is basically all the oxygen a legend needs to survive and thrive.
Section 5. A viral cultural mascot. Now, the contrast here is truly wild to see. On one hand, we have this terrifying, grainy 2007 CCTV origin story of an unexplainable entity lurking in the dark outside a man's home. But fast forward to October 2023 at the Fresno Art Hop, and what do you see? Vendors are enthusiastically selling these cute cryptid plushies, highly detailed paintings, and adorable fan art. The sheer leap from a chilling, primal horror origin story to the endearing reality of modern, cuddly merchandise is just staggering to witness. It's such a massive shift in tone. The community has just completely stripped away the fear factor. Over the years, the Nightcrawler evolved into a quirky, universally beloved mascot for Fresno, California. It inspires a massive underground merchant scene today. You can hop online and find countless stickers on Etsy, hand-sewn plush toys, t-shirts, you name it. Local artists entirely themed that October 2023 Art Hop event around it. And it's not just a local thing anymore either. Digital artists like Eduardo Valdez Havia create viral art that expands its lore to a massive worldwide internet fan base. Because it's generally viewed as small, non-violent, and just sort of minding its own business, people have just embraced it with open arms. It is no longer a midnight monster, it's really just a funky little local legend now. Local artist and cryptid enthusiast Laris Bloch brilliantly summarizes this whole phenomenon for us. She says, "It's unexplainable. A lot of people are drawn to the unexplainable. But I'd rather Fresno be known for the Nightcrawlers than some of the other stuff we are known for. And I think that really highlights something profound about human nature. Communities actively latch onto local legends to build a unique, shared sense of identity. In a world that is so full of heavy, serious news all the time, rallying around a mysterious pair of walking pants is fun, it's unifying, and honestly, it just makes your hometown feel a little bit more magical. So, we arrive at the end of our forensic breakdown today. We've seen the deeply unsettling footage, we've weighed the analytical theories of the skeptics, and we've witnessed its complete cultural takeover. But I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Is the Fresno Nightcrawler an alien visitor, a brand new elusive species, or just a stunningly clever digital hoax? And perhaps more importantly, what unexplainable bizarre mysteries might be hiding right now, just out of sight, in your own local lore? You might want to check your cameras tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep your curiosity alive. See you next time.